Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you about Noom. Has Noom helped you? I believe it has.
Oh, that's got an app. You can do tracking. It's terrific.
It does. And Noom builds personal plans that can meet individual needs. That's the thing. Takes into account any dietary restrictions, medical issues, other personal needs. That helps build a plan that works for you. And yes, so I know that you've had your own personalized program here that you've been working on. And
it's weight loss This is weight loss results that last. They stick around because you get yourself into a lifestyle change. That's what matters.
That's mainly it. You can't just say, I'm going to cut that out for a month and then go back to it. That's not what it is. So I'm glad it's helping you. That's great. And it really does. I like the psychology and biology-based approach here. Yeah. Noom Weight uses psychology. That's why they say losing weight starts with your brain, but it also takes into account your unique biological factors, Jimmy. All of your multitude flora and fauna that goes on inside of you there. Sure. Yeah. Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com, Noom.com here, based on 3.5-year study of actively engaged Noom users with minimum starting BMI of 25. Individual results may vary. Visit our website for more information. Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about Rocket Money. It's the start of a new year. It's the perfect time to get organized, set your goals, prioritize what matters most. And for me, top priority is getting myself together here. Financial wellness, doing that, which that feels important, just feels like adult stuff that you have to do. And thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable now. They show me all my subscriptions in one place, help me easily cancel ones I forgot that I've been paying for, which happened to me, absolutely happened to me. For years, I was paying for something. I was like, what is going on here? Rocket Money found it and saved me lots of money since then, because it's been a while. So they did a great job here. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder today. That's rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder. rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Welch's knows some things make zero sense, like why the algorithm knows your music tastes better than you do. But zero sugar and full flavor? We made that make sense with new Welch's Zero Sugar. All that passion fruit or tropical punch goodness and none of the sugar. You gotta sip it to get it. New Welch's Zero Sugar. Let's fruit stuff up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay, and choo-choo.
Oh, yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another episode of Small Town Murder Express. And this one is going to rank in the pantheon of weirdness up there with Phillips, Oklahoma, with Rulo, with Pocket Robin. This will quickly enter Groundhog for Breakfast, a top 5 weirdness quotient this one has. It is so messed up. It's everything you say. What? No, that can't be true. It's all true, unfortunately. We'll get to that, though, very quickly at the top of the show here. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. Tickets for live shows all over the country, especially September 20th in Minneapolis State Theater. It's our next show. We can't wait. Be a part of the biggest Shut Up and Give Me Murder all time. We can't wait. Also, the rest of the shows there are on there, and including the virtual live show, Halloween edition again. We're going to be back with costumes, with a crazy story, all the pictures, all the comedy, all in the comfort of your own home. So get your tickets to that as well. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. Also, listen to Crime and Sports, your stupid opinions, and get Patreon as well. Sure. You want bonus stuff? We got so much bonus stuff. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports is where you get everything. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get a whole heaping helping of back catalog, hundreds of episodes immediately upon subscription, and then new ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get it all, baby. This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, we're doing theme park disasters again. Our quarterly theme park disasters, which are so much fun. So great. And then the king of all bonus.
Just want to have a nice day.
Want to have a nice, fun day with the kids. Yeah. Then the king of all bonus episodes for Small Town Murder. The prisoner dating game is back. All violent felon edition. Who will Jimmie end up with? Which horrible human being will he end up with? He won't know till he picks them. And based on their dating profiles, and then he's going to find out who they are and, more importantly, what they did. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. That said, time to get into this.
Here we go.
Let's all clear the lungs, everybody. Come on, arms to the sky, and let's all shout, "Shut up and give me murder." Let's do this, everybody. Okay. What do you say? Let's go on a trip, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We are going to West Virginia, of course.
Yikes.
And West Virginia never lets us down as far as crazy goes. We've had Leyland, West Virginia, was the guy dangling off the bridge. Groundhog for Breakfast was another West Virginia. So there's been some classics. This is going to eclipse those two in terms of insanity. And this is Skygusty, West Virginia.
That's a town.
Skygusty.
It's not Skygusty?
It might be, but it's so small that there is it's impossible to find a pronunciation for it. Like,
is there a space between the Y and the G?
Nope. Skygusty. That's it.
It's Skygusty.
Skygusty, West Virginia. And it's in far, far southern West Virginia, all the way at the bottom there. The bottom tip in the mountains, and oh boy, it is about 2.5 hours to Roanoke, Virginia. That's the closest, bigger place. About 5 hours to Wheeling, West Virginia. Our last West Virginia episode, Born to be Bad, which was crazy as usual. West Virginia. West Virginia has so much crazy to choose from. If we're doing a West Virginia episode, you go, "Oh Jesus, it's West Virginia. This is going to be insane." You just know it.
It can almost be a podcast about how fucked up West Virginia is.
Yeah. Well, the standard for cases for picking them is way higher for West Virginia. It has to be insane to even be part of their pantheon.
Otherwise, every other show we make is from West Virginia.
It's ridiculous. So now the people of this is kind of the whole area. This isn't really the town because there isn't much of a town here. There's a cemetery. And that's pretty much it. That's the town. There isn't much of a town. So it's about 3,800 people in the whole area of this town. But there's nobody here. The entire McDowell County has just over 19,000 people in it.
Wow.
Very small place. Now, sparse. Median household income here, $29,219, which
money is scarce too.
Wow. Yeah. That's normally almost 70,000. Yeah. Median home cost here, buckle up, everybody, $55,400.
Stop it.
That's less than your average pickup truck costs nowadays.
Yeah,
literally.
Right. That is what your truck costs.
You could trade a Dodge Ram for 2 houses in West Virginia, in this town. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
This county, McDowell County, has a 22.4% unemployment rate. Let me repeat that. 22.4. The rest of the country, it's about 4% right now.
22 almost.
22.4. And this is for these people, it's not temporary. These are people who are
permanent out of work.
Terminally unemployed, we'll put it, kind of thing.
Perpetually.
Yeah. History of this town, little bit here. First half of the 20th century, this county was all coal mining, obviously. Sure. Yeah. By 1950, it was the leading coal-producing county in the U.S. of A.
Oh, boy.
Which is saying something, because they were tearing coal out of everywhere. 16% of the county's population in 1950 was employed by the mining sector. However, automation is what killed mining, by the way. Yeah. Whatever people want to say, automation is what killed mining jobs. That's what killed jobs. They got machines to do shit that used to take 10 guys to do, and a couple of them might die. Instead, they just got a machine that'll just do it, and so that's where the jobs went there. Okay. And that happened in the 60s and the 70s, and even by the late 50s that was going on.
The backhoe and the dump truck.
Yeah, well, no, the things that bore into the ground, too.
Oh, okay.
Places used to have to send men, you can now send machines, so it was different. By 1960, so from 50, it was 16,000. By 1960, it was down to 7,000 people were working in there.
Fuck.
So that's how much the automation caught up from 50 to 60. It was so bad here that while running for president, this was a famous thing, John F. Kennedy came here to say, I'll help you people if you elect me. This place is a fucking, you're poor, everybody has nothing. And his first executive order created a food stamps program, and the first recipients of the food stamps were in McDowell County. He made sure to do that. So that's how that
and then
worked.
He put a sweater vest on and sat on a yacht.
And put a pipe in his mouth, banged a movie star, and got shot in the head. So, reviews. This is for McDowell County because there's nothing for Skygusty. Okay, one is 1 star. This is the only one that I could find for the county. It used to be a wonderful area. When was this? 1945?
What the fuck's happening?
Drugs have taken over and jobs have left. I love it, but I'm leaving ASAP. We are retired, and it's no longer feasible for us to remain here. My husband has battled cancer, and the drive to his treatment alone took 2 hours each way.
Holy.
This is very rural. We don't even have nearby hospitals if we needed care. Plus, lack of stores and restaurants. It's no longer convenient for people of our age, not to mention some of the activity in our neighborhood. Now, then I found on Reddit, someone posted that they're thinking of moving to McDowell County and asked if it's nice.
What's his answer?
The first one, and it's got a lot, all up fucking votes on this one. 0 down votes. Yeah. It's literally like moving to a third world country. Please believe me when I say this. I'm not exaggerating.
Why would you move there?
That's what I mean. And then somebody responded to that and said, I grew up in McDowell County. I've been gone for more than 30 years, returning only for funerals, which is hilarious.
I just go bury folks and leave.
And take the fuck off. This person is not exaggerating. It is absolutely a third world country. Nothing on earth could ever convince me that returning there to stay is a good idea. There's absolutely no hope for that area. No hope.
No hope.
No hope. None. Then even none, he says after that as a sentence. When people leave in the numbers that they have in the last half century, it should be reason enough to ask. It should be reason enough to ask why. I ask that you spend 3 to 4 days there before you commit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be great if you had any sort of like necessity picking up. Except you got to go to fucking Roanoke for anything. You might as well just move to Roanoke.
You might as well. And this is the thing too. This is very much like the American Hollow documentary. This county is very much like that. Like these hollows that people live in, and their whole families live in the one holler, and they, none of them have jobs, and they're all picking ginseng and shit to survive, and it's rough, man. It's rough going. Things to do here: the Cold Town Beach Blast. I think of the beach when I think of that.
Okay.
This is in Welch nearby. Get ready for some family fun in the sand and sun in downtown Welch, West Virginia. This has got to be a river or a pond or something.
Yeah, there's no
not an ocean.
Beach.
No. Cold Town Beach Bash festivities include family activities, games, free watermelon. Okay. Bouncy houses for the kids, beach music, whatever the hell, just Jimmy Buffett over and over again.
And the Beach Boys.
Then just Kokomo. Just Kokomo and Margaritaville in a fucking loop.
Is that Lil Deuce Coupe? Is that them?
No. That's the Beach Boys, yeah.
Yeah,
Little Deuce Coupe. Yeah. Vendors and fireworks at 9:30. Then there's the Beckley Exhibition Coal Mine. Ever wanted to get in a coal mine? Well, now's your chance. Here it is, folks. It says tour underground. Visit the coal camp. Why would you want to visit a tour? That's like when people go to prisons to visit. It's like, no, people have had horrible existences here. This isn't a fun tourist event.
I went to caverns in Missouri somewhere. Merrimack? Are there Merrimack Caverns? Is that right?
I have no idea.
I went to some caverns there where Billy the Kid used to hang out, or Jesse James, or some fucking outlaw. That shit is terrifying. And those are like natural, that they're not going to collapse.
No, they've been there for 1,000 years.
Made. These collapse all the fucking
all the time. Well, while they were working.
I want nothing to do with this.
Here, one can ride through the dark passages of a vintage coal mine. No thanks.
Vintage. I don't like them when they're brand new.
And they said the guides are veteran miners who provide firsthand accounts of the daily responsibilities.
Oh,
Back when I used to have a job with benefits and stuff. So
my friend Billy hit a gas pocket right there. Burned him alive.
Burned him up. Yeah. Him and the canary right at the same time. Visit the Weavers, the log house, and the one-room schoolhouse and experience, quote, and this is in quotes, reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Great.
You can experience as it used to be,
right.
Not that. So
yeah.
There we go. That's the setting for this town right away.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Let's talk about some murder here. One of the craziest fucking things we've ever talked about. Okay. Let's talk about a pair of sisters first. I don't know why they're sisters again. We had Tennessee a couple weeks ago with the sisters.
Yeah. Cosby.
Sisters are doing some shit. Okay. Amanda Michelle Naylor McClure Holm. Let's talk about
one
first.
person.
One person. Amanda Michelle, she's born McClure. Her married and divorced name is Naylor. And later on, her adopted name, when there's some problems, is Holm. So, yeah.
Jesus.
Amanda Naylor, we'll call her. Yeah. And then there is Amanda Naylor. It's great. It's like a fucking Bart Simpson joke.
It's like a prank call when you call.
Yeah. It's a 12-year-old's prank call. Yeah. And then her sister is Anna Marie Chowdhury, and she also goes by Anna Holm as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is in 2019. We're going to start here.
Okay.
Very recent.
Okay.
Amanda Naylor. I need Amanda Naylor.
There's a woman in 2019 named Amanda
Naylor. Yep. Isn't that amazing? When I wrote that down at first, her name is Amanda Naylor. That's wild.
That's incredible.
That's incredible. Well, in 2019, Amanda is 31, Anna is 32. Okay. It sucks that they both have A names, so try not to confuse them here.
That's no good. Yeah.
Okay. They were adopted when they were 10 and 11, or 9 and 10, by Alan and Gwen Holm. A nice family that took them in and actually raised them nicely.
They're actually real sisters.
They're real sisters. Okay. Total sisters.
And they're adopted like you adopt pugs that are inseparable brother and sisters.
Kind of. I don't know what happened to their mom, but I'll tell you what happened to their dad, and you'll understand why they needed to be adopted. Now, by 2019, Amanda is living in Minnesota, in Chisago City, Minnesota. Chicago with an S, basically. That's where she's living, and that's where she finds a man. Amanda Naylor meets Amanda Naylor. So
she got one.
She finds John Thomas McGuire, McGuire. McGuire. Yeah. He's 38. He goes by Bama. That's everyone calls him Bama because his family is from Alabama, and so is he. So if you're in Minnesota, there's not a lot of Alabamans around.
Yeah.
You're getting the nickname Bama. That's it.
You talk like that around here, we're going to call you that.
Yeah, they're like that. Those would be the funniest two accents to try to have a conversation with each other. Like deep rural Alabama and that real pinched Minnesota together would be an amazing conversation that I would love to fucking watch.
But they both believe in the same thing. Mind your own goddamn business.
Yeah, that. And then you can send a guy from Staten Island in to make it really interesting, and we.
Yeah, mind your own business.
Yeah, mind your own fucking business. I agree with this fucking broad there, Bama. What are you doing? So, Bama is 38 at the time. So he's a few years older. He lives in Owatonna, Minnesota. He has a daughter and a son, and then a couple of stepkids, too, from an ex-wife here. Daughter Justice, son Jacob. His ex-wife, this is his ex-wife, says this about him. He has a heart of gold, the gift of gab, and he was friends with everyone. Okay. That's the ex-wife here. Yeah. Justice said she didn't always have the best relationship with her dad, but she always loved him, and she said, he's my dad, and I love him. So, Justice said he truly loved everyone. He cared for everyone and always wanted to make sure everyone had a spot in his life. He would make sure you felt safe, and he would always give you what you need. Even though he didn't have a lot, he wanted to make sure that you did.
Yeah, he's giving it all away.
That's not bad. Now, John had a wife. His ex-wife's name is Angela, and they've been divorced for a long time. But they, as the way she put it, actively co-parented together. So he was apparently in his kids' lives. He even his stepkids had his name, they took his last name and all that kind of shit. So apparently, he was a good father. His ex-wife said he always tried to be there for her, meaning Justice, the best he could. John had some hard times and made some bad choices, but he was a good person.
We oftentimes do.
Yeah, not these choices, though. His choices are much worse than ones that we've made. He's got some serious problems. It's no secret John has a lot of difficulties, mainly surrounding substance abuse. He loves meth. Loves it.
Really?
Loves meth. Loves it so much. And so does Amanda.
Things to choose.
So does Amanda is the problem here. And we'll talk about that. So, but they said he's got a heart of gold, and he's a selfless man. He just, as long as he gets his fix, he's fine. Everybody's happy. A little bit about John here. I'm going to run down about Bama some of his criminal record for you. This is just what I found on some background sites. Yeah. Okay. So there's way more than this, is what that means. October 10th, 2007, theft, taking / using, transferring movable property. Stealing a car, a motorcycle, a riding mower, something. Yeah, theft. Of a shit car, because it's regular theft, not grand theft. So he stole somebody's fucking
under $1,000
81 fucking Nova, and it's a piece of crap. February 4th, 2009, endangering a child, situation that could cause harm / death.
Oh, boy.
July 25th, 2008, harassment, stalking, intent to injure, assault 2nd degree with a dangerous weapon. That's July 25th. August 24th, 2009, driving after revocation, DWI, alcohol.
Attaboy.
August 16th, 2010, possessing drug paraphernalia. August 26th, 2010, theft, taking, using, transferable, movable property. Harassment, stalking, intent to injure.
Again,
that's August 26th, 2010. November 28th, 2011, speeding in an urban district. June 24th, 2013, more speeding. July 17th, 2013, driving after revocation, possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah.
November 4th, 2013, 5th degree controlled substance crime, prohibited person in possession of or use of tear gas / stun gun. Whoa. May 23rd, 2014, driving after revocation, of course. He never has a license, so that's always...
He's never fixing that.
If he's driving, he's going to jail. That's all there is. Disorderly conduct, offensive, abusive, noisy, obscene behavior. Okay. Doing something. June 27th, 2014, that very next month, operating a motorcycle without protective eyewear, careless driving, and driving after revocation. In West Virginia, apparently it is.
Not to have the proper eyewear.
10 days later, on July 7th, 2014, driving after revocation again.
Oh, boy.
November 20th, 2014, interference with a 911 call. That's not good.
Oh, don't do that.
January 2nd, 2015, controlled substance crime in the 5th degree. July 2nd, 2015, possessing, controlling, manufacturing, selling, furnishing, dispensing of hypodermic needles.
Oh, no.
July 6th, 2015, 5th degree controlled substance crime, prohibited person possessing a tear gas / stun gun. Again.
2015, these are his crimes.
Yep. August 6, 2015, 5th degree controlled substance crime, possession. Yeah. October 26, 2015, 5th degree controlled substance crime, possession. November 1st, 2016, speeding, driving after revocation. November 5th, 2016, controlled substance crime in the 5th degree. In like 3 weeks, he got arrested like 5 times.
He's got, wow, man, the amount of police activity he had.
It's not over.
Oh, boy.
January 7th, 2016, driving after revocation. October 28th, 2016, drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, use or possession. December 28th. Yeah, hey, let's party. December 28th, 2017, theft, taking, using, transferring movable property, and drugs, 5th degree marijuana possession of Schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, not small amount of marijuana. So
he's got a lot. Yeah.
Shitloads of that. And also possession of a hypodermic needle. January 9th, 2018, drugs, 5th degree possession of a scheduled 1, 2, 3, 4, not small amount of marijuana again. Then March 29th, 2018, 3rd degree DWI, controlled substance, not marijuana. So
he is running from something. He hates sobriety. My Christ.
April 18th, 2018, driving after revocation. March 14th, 2019, driving after revocation. Okay, so that's where we are. That's where we're caught up to him now, all right? Amanda might not be the best partner for him because let's have a small snippet of her criminal record.
Oh, boy, Amanda.
There's some shit here, though. This is a different thing. 2014, drugs, third degree, possessing 3 grams or more of cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine.
Okay, probably not.
Test refusal in the third degree. So she refused a drug test or a test on the road. I don't know which one that is. Then another charge the next month of 5th degree, October 2nd, 2014, drugs, 5th degree, possessing schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, not small amount of marijuana.
Right.
June 2015, drugs, 5th degree, same exact crime, not small amount of marijuana. Also, drugs, 3rd degree, 3 grams or more of cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine.
Oh, boy.
Test refusal as well again. Then there's other unspecified dates for drugs there and conspiracy to commit a felony. Those are in West Virginia. Then 2016, theft, use, transferring a motor movable property, whatever the fuck, in Minnesota. Those are all fine and dandy. But then I found this on a record. Animals, 2 counts of animal mistreatment.
What?
In 2012, June 11th, 2012, from the same day. I don't care for that. But that's, even compared to this, regular death of a child by parent, guardian by child abuse. Gross neglect of a child creating risk of injury or death to a child 1 to 5 years old. Murder of a child by parent, guardian, or custodian or other person by refusal or failure. Neglected her kid into dying, apparently, at some point.
She child abused a kid to death.
Apparently so. Allegedly so. So that's who...
Adjudicated.
That's who we're dealing with here.
Wow.
These are our 2. I don't know. Those, I don't know of the conviction status of those, but she was charged with those things. So her kid, let's say she doesn't have any kids at this point, probably, but other than that...
I hope not.
Yeah, so this is the couple, Amanda and John.
Oh, man.
I mean, you might as well just have a cruiser follow them because they're going to get into something.
They're going to break a law.
Just hang out outside their house. You're going to get an arrest that day. So February 2019, we'll catch up with them. John, Bama.
She is out of prison.
Oh, yeah. No, she's not in prison. We don't know when this happened. We don't know if this was a long time ago. Right. The date wasn't on there. I looked fucking just far and wide and high and low to find anything on that, and I couldn't. Yeah. So that's all we know is she was charged with it.
Their filing cabinets in West Virginia may not be very good.
That's the other thing. We don't know if they just throw it out in a barn or something. We have no clue. So Bama, Blast makes contact with his family and friends in early February, texting with the mother of his kids, just, how they doing, checking in with them. Then the mother of his kids, Angela Erickson, said Mother's Day came around of 2019, and she said it was clear after Mother's Day went by and he didn't call that something was wrong. He said he always called me and his own mom to tell us what good mothers we were. And then Jacob, his, stepson, said, when he didn't call after my birthday, I pretty much just started to prepare myself for the worst. He said his father never missed his birthday, especially it was his 16th birthday. He would have never missed that, he said.
That's a big day.
So that was in
May.
Then in June 2019, Angela finally files a missing person report, even though a month before she said she knew something was wrong. Right. And they said they didn't know what to expect. Justice said the whole thing seemed pretty surreal. Angela said, I think we all thought that we would file this report and then call us tomorrow. They'd call us tomorrow and tell us everything was fine and he was fine. Right. People would say that they saw him walking somewhere, as happens. How many times when someone's missing do we get sightings of them all over? That's why, like the Lacey Peterson sightings, I'm like, you don't know what day that was. People's
the Madeline
memories.
McCann, Jesus Christ, she's seen everywhere.
She said that really hurt me because I knew that if he was back, he would have called. Yeah. So she's like, if he's around, why isn't he calling? So where the fuck is Bama?
Tell me.
Well, February 5th-ish, 2019, Bama and Amanda decided they were going to drive from Minnesota down to Alabama to visit his family. Okay. Their vehicle breaks down in Indiana.
Of course.
Shockingly, they don't have a fit vehicle for the road here.
For an 1,100-mile journey.
Yeah, for a long journey. So from border to fucking ocean.
Yeah.
So they're doing that. So Amanda calls someone to come and pick them up in Indiana. Okay. She calls her estranged biological father.
Really?
This only gets weirder, guys. This is fucking nuts.
How far down the list did you?
Well,
Who
not
said
very.
No?
Larry Paul McClure Sr. is the father. Of course, he made a junior. He is dad of Amanda and Anna. He's 55 years old at this point. He spent most of his daughter's childhood in prison. He's just only gotten out of prison for the last few years. He was convicted. He's finally back. No.
He's got it together enough. 3 years removed from prison to come several states over.
He was convicted on July 22nd, 1998 of first-degree sexual assault for abusing a family member between the ages of 6 and 12.
Hell of a guy.
By the way, both his daughters were between the ages of 6 and 12, and they lived in the house. So it's the daughters, we think. He served 17 and a half years in prison for that. So he got 30 years or something and served 17 and a half years in prison. So he got out in 2015 or so. And he's been out for a few years. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the safest sponsor ever, Simply Safe. Absolutely. These people will keep you safe. It's amazing. You know that every 26 seconds a burglary takes place in the United States, according to the FBI. That means that by the time this podcast is over, dozens and dozens of homes will have been targeted, ransacked. God knows what happens here. So protect your home before it's too late with Simply Safe proactive security system. Simply Safe helps stop threats before they even have a chance to break in. Named Best Home Security System by U.S. News and World Report 5 years in a row. And by us for about the last 8 years as well. If you trust us, believe me, you want Simply Safe. So visit simplysafe.com/small to claim 50% off a new system with professional monitoring plan and your first month free. That's simplysafe.com/small. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
This show, Small Town Murder, is brought to you by BetterHelp. Get yourself some therapy, everybody. Honestly, here. We often hear about, red flags that you should avoid. Hey, that's a lot of a thing. It's become a real phrase now, real cliche. But why don't you focus also, you look at like green flags in friends and partners. Look for good things as well.
Right.
And maybe you're not sure what that looks like, though. Therapy can help you figure that out. What are positive things? What are the green flags? And then you can practice them in your relationship. It's absolutely a fact. And so, honestly, we absolutely are huge advocates for this. It really, really helps. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable. It's convenient. They serve over 5 million people worldwide. You can access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists, wide ranges of specialties there. Here's the coolest part. You're not getting along with your therapist, you're just not feeling it, you can switch at any time, no extra charge.
Wow.
The thing is, they want you to get help. That's it. And you can do it with BetterHelp. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/smalltownmurder today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
They didn't make it public, but when he went to prison, Amanda was 9 and her sister was 10.
Shit.
Now, Larry, by the way, he pulls up. You know, he's got in the car with him? Anna.
Her
the
sister.
Other sister. Because she has just moved in with him in Skygusty, West Virginia. They pick up Amanda and Bama, and they are what Larry, the dad, will describe as dope sick.
Perfect.
They're having withdrawals and they need shit. So they all drive to Larry McClure's very rural home in Skygusty. Okay.
Yeah. You're telling me they packed the car that broke down 2 states away with just enough dope for like 8 hours?
I think they were going down there probably to try to
go get more.
Yeah. So they probably ran out of options
desperate.
Up there.
Yeah.
So this is at 11715 Skygusty Highway is the address. And like I said, now it's all 4 of them in the car. Anna, Dad, Amanda, and Bama. So the 2 daughters and their dad had reconnected about 6 months earlier.
Great.
Which is crazy. So, all right. Anna said that the couple, Amanda and Bama, were coming off meth pretty hard, quote unquote. And they decided when they got back, this is what they decided to do.
Yeah.
Not, hey, I know where there's like day work so you can buy some meth. They decided to brew a new batch of meth.
Let's make it.
Let's make it ourselves. So Larry helps them buy ingredients for it. Dad. He's a great dad, isn't he? Let's buy meth making. Dads just love Home Depot. That's what it is. He's like, I'll get something there.
I'll get some buckets.
Wow. So the ingredients, though, because these people, none of them seem like the brightest bulbs that have ever fucking shown. The ingredients don't coalesce properly. It doesn't come together as a good meth, basically.
It's really lumpy.
I don't know what makes a good meth. You got to whip the lumps out, like if you have like a powder dressing or something.
Nice. Yeah.
But Amanda keeps it and keeps the liquid in a jar anyway, even though it didn't come together right. It's okay. Now, February 14th, 2019 is a banner day. It's not only Valentine's Day, it's also Bama's 38th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Bama.
We are going to celebrate good times tonight, baby. Yeah. So John here, Bama, he buys a bottle of wine for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Anna said that during this time, she saw her father and Amanda go, quote, off to the side, but didn't know what they were talking about. They kept going off to the side together and chit-chatting. Didn't know what was going on. She then said that her father, Anna says her father asked her to cut some pieces of rope for him. She said that request didn't seem strange at that time. Hey, Jimmie, will you cut these rope in like lengths? No, like 3 feet. They got to be very specific. You'd be like, what is this for, James? You would absolutely ask me.
What project are you building?
What are we talking about here? Why am I involved in this? And my DNA on these ropes? I don't like this. So then they ate a holiday meal, steak, potatoes, wine. This is like a real meth royalty here. This is
real
great.
Romantic for a dad and his 2 daughters and one of their boyfriends.
Yeah, the dad who most likely molested these 2 girls, sitting there with the 2 girls and the boyfriend with a badly cooked batch of home meth sitting in a jar up on the counter, sitting there eating steaks and potatoes.
And a bottle of Barefoot breathing.
And Anna says, quote, that's when things started to get strange. Okay? It started, okay? She said, quote, this is Anna, when Larry said he wanted to play a game, Larry is dad said he wanted to play a game, a trust game, sounding very John Wayne Gacy-ish, and it's going to get worse.
I like that.
Amanda had been joking about how she was able to get out of anything. Okay. She was able to tie herself up, and nobody would believe she could tie herself up that way. She knows how to tie herself up for some. Who would practice that, number one?
Yeah, BTK, calm down.
Fuck. So, yeah, that's the only other person.
Yeah.
So during the, quote, trust game, Bama's feet are tied.
Yeah.
And Anna said that her dad, Larry, quote, sat down, and I don't know, it was a grin that I'll never be able to describe. Probably the same grin you saw when you were 9, I would assume.
Yeah.
She said, but as John sat up and bent over to untie his feet, it all happened so quick. Amanda stood up and grabbed that wine bottle and bashed him over the back of the head with it.
Hit Bama?
Hit Bama in the back of the head. Amanda.
Why?
You cannot even guess or imagine the fucking reason why. That's what's so amazing, okay?
What is going on? They're both dope sick.
She said, and the next thing I know, John had reared up and was leaning back against the wall, holding his head, as one would do.
Yeah.
She said, and that's when Larry looked at me, Larry's dad, and told me if I knew it was best for me and my children and wanted them to live, I would follow all instructions that were given to me from that moment on.
Oh, boy.
And this is a man who has been very scary
Yeah.
Now is when the torture begins.
What? Why?
Yes, that's what I mean. West Virginia, what the fuck? Jar meth is not good. It's bad stuff.
There's no reason yet.
No. So Anna said that Larry and Amanda tied up Bama, accused him of being a federal informant.
Oh, yeah.
Which, obviously.
He's dope sick.
Yeah, fuck. They were yelling and demanding to know who he really was. Now, Amanda's been with him for months. They've been together for a while. This makes no sense. Anna said, John kept telling them, you have the wrong person. I don't know who you're looking for, but you have the wrong person.
Yeah.
So this torture session is going to last from late Thursday night into Saturday morning.
2 days.
Basically like 36 hours of torture they're going to put this guy through.
Fuck.
Anna said they prevented her from leaving, and she said they kept torturing Bama all through the night before moving into a bedroom where he was hogtied with a rope around his neck. They threatened to inject him with truth serum. You can't even make meth properly. How the fuck are you going to make truth serum?
What are you boiling?
Drive him back to Minnesota in the back of a truck and, quote, basically leave him there for everyone to find. Which sounds like a fine option compared to what we got going on now.
I wish you would leave me now.
Take me wherever you want in a pickup truck and leave me there. That sounds great. I'm not going to be embarrassed. Trust me. This is fine. Then on February 15th, the next day, even though they're torturing him through the day, there's Facebook posts posted to Bama's account.
Why?
Okay. They said, one said, job completed. The Firefox is dead. Ha, ha, ha. The Mad Hatter. That's what it said.
What is going on?
I don't know. Then a second post had laughing emojis and said, you are all fucking just like Firefox, and you will all end up the same way. Ha, ha, ha.
It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. These are meth people.
Yeah.
Back to torture. Okay. Amanda comes up with 2 syringes. While Anna says she later learned that both syringes were filled with the bad batch of meth.
Oh, boy.
Anna says, quote, they told me that since I was the one with nursing experience.
You put a dog down.
You put something down. I was going to be the one to inject him.
Uh-huh.
And they gave me the syringes and instructed me to inject him in the carotid artery. So she did as she was told, and she said afterwards, once they went in, Amanda went, well, that should be enough to kill him. It's 2 needles full of a bad meth batch. That should be plenty.
Full of bad meth.
But it didn't kill him. Instead, it awoken him into a meth craze. He went into like a meth frenzy, crazy meth strength thing where he was like, get me a fit. Yeah. And he began to struggle. So Anna said, they stood over me and told me I needed to finish it and I needed to strangle him. So that's what I did.
They made Anna do it.
But they all helped. Larry stood on Bama's back while his face was pushed into the cushions and the rope around his neck was pulled, Anna said.
Oh, boy.
Amanda sat by Bama's head laughing and asking him, did he really believe he was going to end up back north?
What is going on?
Did you really think you were going to get out of here laughing at him? Okay. Larry backs up the story. She said a black garbage bag was wrapped around his head by Amanda. Anna strangled him. I held him. The 3 of them did it together. Then they said they made Anna gather up all his belongings and burn them in a bonfire. And then they told Anna to put the body in a garbage bag.
Why is Anna doing it? Well, I mean, I guess you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially with these people. And if you're terrified of your father, who's been literally fucking been your boogeyman since you were a child, maybe you would. I don't know. And meth, I'm sure, plays a part in this. So she said that the effort required to snap the limbs out of rigor mortis
to
get him in the bag.
Sake.
She said, that's a sound I never want to hear again. They instructed me as to what to do and stood back and watched me do it. She had to break his fucking limbs out of rigor, which is really hard, by the way. Wow.
I mean,
so
you're
now,
basically snapping them, right? You're snapping bones.
Yeah, you're snapping bones. Yeah, you got it because it's set. So now, where do you put a body?
What do you do now?
What do you do now? So rather than dump the body, Larry initially suggested, Dad said, why don't we dump him in a mine shaft? Which is a great idea.
It's the first thought I just had.
You're in West Virginia. What if you search those mine shafts? They are full of bodies.
Skeletons. Yeah,
that's where the Iceman used to put people.
Yeah,
he'd go to West Virginia and throw them down mine shafts. He did that for a long time. He would take people in there to torture them too. Remember, he set the video camera up with the rats. With the one guy.
His balls.
Yeah. So they drove around for the rest of the day before stopping and saying, "Oh, let's dig a grave." Okay. So they dig a grave in the yard, a 2-foot shallow grave. Yeah. Larry said it was 2 to 3 days of hell. Later that morning, we buried him in a 2-foot grave behind the house. Now, okay, here's the bombshell. You want to know the weird part? I'll hit you with the weird part. Up till now, everyone's going, there's another weird part? Okay, after this, after they get him buried, Larry and Amanda, and this is according to Anna, quote, went on like nothing happened and started having a relationship as soon as he was buried.
Ew.
Amanda's now having a sexual relationship with her fucking father.
Unbelievable.
They're sleeping in the same bed fucking now at the house. Okay, as soon as Bama was in the ground.
Yeah.
That's what this was all about, by the way.
They drove all over town just to bury him in the backyard.
Yep. Meth. That's meth. Yeah, right. But that's what this was all about, by the way. Dad wanted rid of Bama because he was jealous, because he wanted to fuck his own daughter.
Again.
And she was like, cool,
probably.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So then about February 22nd or so, they dig up his body.
Okay.
This is some meth shit here. Yeah. Okay. Anna says, quote, Amanda insisted that she wanted proof that he was actually dead.
You put him in the ground.
He's been buried, unless there's dirt moved.
Yeah.
If there's still dirt on top of him, he's fucking dead. I'll tell you that.
They want Pet Cemetery? Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Unless you see like a kitty paw pop through the dirt. It was actually dead, and had me uncover the body and started ranting and raving about how she didn't think he was actually dead because the hair on his head was still growing and everything.
What? She measured it?
No, you can see it. You can tell when you die, shit grows still.
Right. Nails and stuff.
And a lot of times the nail beds recede too, so it looks longer. But she insists that he's alive. He's been buried for days.
He can't breathe.
5 days. Yeah. He's been under the ground. They murdered him.
Right.
He was dead as fuck. You buried him in the ground for 5 days, and she thinks
Rigger.
He's still alive. Wow.
It's over.
So that's wild. Dad said, quote, he would make sure he was dead. I'll take care of this, sweetie. I'll make sure he's dead. Then he took bed rails and a sledgehammer and pounded them through the body and down into the ground. I'll anti-zombie this motherfucker.
He staked through the heart of it?
To the ground, to stake him into the ground to show, see, he won't get up and hurt you. Don't worry about that. Okay? Now the weirdest thing in the entire story happens. It's going to get weirder, everybody. Yeah. March 11th, 2019. So sweet. Everybody loves a spring wedding. It's wedding bells.
They're going to get married?
For who, you may ask? For Dad and Amanda.
How?
They're getting married.
How can they do that?
He's marrying his daughter.
You can't do that.
Well, you can if you drive to Tazewell County, Virginia, where a Methodist minister will marry you.
Gross.
The marriage license indicate that Amanda gave someone else's name as her biological father. That's all she did.
Yeah.
And Anna had to go with them, too. Anna said, they took me and said I needed to act like a happy witness. Like, congratulations.
We need a witness.
Okay, let's just stop for 1 second and let's catch our breaths, okay?
This is 2019.
This is 2019. This is in America in 2019. This is going on. This is the craziest shit. He married his daughter. We've never had anyone do that before. In 524 episodes, that's a first. We don't come across a lot of firsts. And
legally, it's done.
It's their legally married couple. It is, by the way, illegal to marry your daughter in the state of Virginia.
Yeah, she lied to make it happen, but they did it.
It's a misdemeanor, though. So, I mean, they're not really trying to keep you from doing it that much. So they said that one of the cops there, a Tazewell County sheriff, said that the crime has been in the books for many, many years. And he said that the statute hasn't been updated recently because, quote, it doesn't draw attention. It's just something you don't see. It's not. It's one of those things they didn't even really. They didn't even know. Do we have a law for that? Because who the fuck does that? No one's even done it to have a law for it. Because basically, fathers don't ever think I'll just marry my daughter. That's insane. Anymore. Yeah. So they said the marriage might spur an investigation later on. So now the wedding night. All right. Here's the wedding night. You want to hear about a romance? This is some romance.
Yeah. What threshold did he carry her over?
He carried her over the grave of her fallen lover, I believe. No, it's worse than that, actually. Yeah. Anna says, on the very night they were married, Bama's body was uncovered again, pulled from the ground, dismembered.
Ew, gross. It smells so bad.
Yeah, dismembered and then buried in 2 separate places farther away from the house because Larry wanted to landscape the property to sell it and didn't want the remains to be like in his bushes and shit, you know.
Yeah, devalues the property.
What the fuck is happening? So they have buried this guy 3 times now, by the way. 3 times, which is unnecessary, obviously. And he's got stakes through him. He's been dismembered.
Fucked with the corpse so much.
Fucked with the corpse like crazy. So Anna ends up heading to North Carolina after this in the next few weeks. She moves to Boone, North Carolina, which isn't that far away. And then, I guess it's far away, but whatever. And then, and these 2 live together as man and wife, Dad and Amanda.
West Virginia.
In Skygusty, okay? Wow. They're going to end up in Kentucky in about a month or 2 from now because he'll sell this property and then they move to Kentucky. September 2019, since they had moved, one thing Dad forgot to do when they moved was register as a sex offender, which he has to do.
Oh, fuck.
So state troopers come and arrest him for that. And he is in Welch, West Virginia, for violating the sex offender registry. Right. When a state trooper is talking to him, Dad just reveals some serious shit. He just starts telling him what happened. Dad.
About the murder?
About all of it. The murder, I married my daughter, we have meth in jars, the whole fucking thing. We dug him up 3 times, spills it. Imagine you're this guy. You're literally just going, how come you didn't fill out that paperwork that you have to fill out?
Well, because I murdered somebody.
And he's like, let me tell you how I fucked my daughter and killed her boyfriend and dismembered him. And like, wow.
Because I murdered somebody, and that's not even the gross part.
That's the about 4th weirdest part of this entire story, I'm going to tell you. So,
holy shit.
We rarely tell a story where the murder is like way down the list of strange things that people are doing.
Unbelievable.
So the cops said on September 24th, 2019, we were advised of this crime by Larry Paul McClure. That's Dad. Okay, so he told officers at the McDowell County holding facility he wanted to speak with an officer regarding a murder. That's how he got to talk to them when they had him in the holding cell. And during this, they said, how much time before you dug him up the first time? And he responded, about 6 days.
Golly.
Jesus. He also, here's a note that he wrote. And I'll show you the note because it's in his handwriting and everything.
Oh, it sure is.
Yes, it is. He said, I just want it over. And then all underline, all capital letters, no trial, no taxpayers' money spent for a trial. Okay. It is hard for the state of West Virginia to fight against itself because I plead, and then in huge letters, guilty / no contest. Then he says, thank you for your time on this matter, Larry Paul McClure, Sr., and then signs it too. He wrote and signed just to make sure you know it's him, as opposed to some other guy who fucked his daughter and murdered her boyfriend. Yeah. So in a letter to that's when he does, he details the suffocation, strangulation, death, lists the roles of he and his 2 daughters, and it's everything Anna said. It's exactly the same thing. So they were all telling the truth. He states he's willing to plead guilty, and he said Amanda was the ringleader of the murder, but he said, I don't know what her motive was for it at all. I'm not sure.
Couldn't have been my giant cock.
Couldn't have been me and my fucking molestation. Jesus. He said, I cannot tell you why Amanda wanted John McGuire dead, and said that he does say that Amanda's been cashing his Social Security checks since he's been dead, so maybe that's why. Yeah. He just said, I'm asking for this to be over with and not wasting the taxpayers' money and hurting the family members on both sides of this, John McGuire's family and my family. All I can do is hope for mercy on this, but my sentence on this really does not matter because I'm old and in bad health. I will never live to see the parole board in 15 years anyway, and that is okay.
He doesn't think he's going to make it, huh?
This is murder after you've been in jail for over 17 years for horrible child molestation. So you are not a good candidate for anything at this point.
No, they're not. I don't think they're letting him out.
No, he said, I will say I am sorry for my part in this crime for both my family and John McGuire's family. So he tells them where the body is. That day, they go find the body. Yeah. It's identified as John Thomas McGuire, and his family is notified that his remains were located dismembered remains were located in a shallow grave in West Virginia, and we suspect foul play. That's a nice call to get. Found him.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about Sono Bello. You know, the most known secret with celebrities and influencers and all these famous people is so many of them have had lipo. They've had lipo, whether it's a little touch-up here or a total makeover.
Yeah.
Nobody has a perfect body. That's the thing.
No.
They may look like it on TV, but there's things that help that. Absolutely. Lipo now has changed, and Sono Bello's been at the forefront with using LAL technology and getting those beautiful and natural outcomes for each person. Looking real natural. Our friends at Sono Bello are offering their best deal. You're now included in their winter savings event, but appointments are limited, so please get on this. Sono Bello doctors are masters in micro-laser fat removal, a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently. Wherever your problem areas are, tummy, love handles, thighs, arms, it's gone in one comfortable visit. Eating healthy and workouts are great. Keep doing that, but if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out Sono Bello. Save big during their winter savings event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/smalltownmurder. That's sonobello.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about our stylish friends at Quince. That's right. Let's go elevate your styles, people. Yeah. Get it going, look good out there, and you can do it now without breaking your wallet, without breaking the bank, because at Quince, you can get high-end, versatile pieces at prices we can all actually afford, which is very nice. You want to get good stuff that lasts and it's good, and they have quality stuff that's very affordable, and you can do like we did, upgrading our stuff here, while still being a very reasonable price. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. It's all quality stuff. You're going to love it. Trust us, it looks good. And I've got the leather jacket. It's a very high-quality item. Real nice, soft leather. Yeah. Jimmie's got his linen pants he's rocking.
Yeah. They're terrific.
Come on, be like us. Be fashionable. Get in there with Quince. Indulge in affordable luxury. Go to quince.com/smalltownmurder for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/smalltownmurder to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about a very cool place, Thrive Market. Yes, we are both looking to get into the healthy swing this year. The problem is I don't know what's in everything, and I don't know if even I'm qualified to even read the labels to know if that's good or that's bad. Right. There's chemicals in things, and there's things floating around. I don't know what I'm doing out there. One of my favorite features, and I know you were talking to me about this, is the Healthy Swap Scanner in the Thrive Market app. Yeah, it's simple. You scan any item, and it'll instantly suggest a cleaner, healthier grocery alternative, it's great. Amazing. Yeah. That's great. Thrive Market also takes the guesswork out of finding these safe, healthy foods. For example, like I'm trying to get my protein intake up for energy. I'm always moving around. I need stuff, and I love that you can filter their site by the high protein options. Nice. It's very cool, and you can personalize this portion, and you can put filters on it. And get ready. You should be ready for a junk-free start to 2025. Get ready for it and head to thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder and get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/smalltownmurder, thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
So, whoa, dude. Amanda gets charged here. Amanda and Anna are charged at first just with concealment of a deceased human body because they know they know that because when you you have to present the evidence to charge them for an indictment within a certain amount of days. So if they know they have the evidence for this, so they charge them with this, and that way they're held, they're indicted and held, and then they can work on the murder stuff here. That's how they do it. And they said that father was arrested on a quote unrelated charge. Okay, now then Larry, Amanda, and Anna, they say all planned and executed the murder. Anna is charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy. And Amanda also concealing a dead body. And Larry, at the time, they're working on his murder charges, but at the time he's just failing to register as a sex offender and concealment of a body. July 2020, Amanda pleads guilty. She has to. Her sister and her father both gave the entire thing up. There's no way to, get out of it. So she pleads guilty to second-degree murder. Okay? And we'll get to her sentencing in a minute, though, because August of 2020, Dad pleads guilty to first-degree murder. First-degree murder, not second. Sentencing for Dad comes around here, and wow, that Bama's mom has a fucking field day here in court. Really? I mean, imagine this scum killed your kid. You'd be like, you scum of the earth, shitbag, daughter-marrying fucking scum piece. What the fuck? So at Larry's sentencing hearing, Bama's mom said, quote, yelled this out, "You and your kids are going straight to hell. To marry your own daughter, that's low down." I think that's pretty nice. That's an understatement, right? Low down.
Low down, dirty shame.
Low down is like, oh, a very small thing, low down. This is, you put like an empty milk container back in the fridge. That's low down. Marrying your daughter is a whole separate.
He stole from the Piggly Wiggly. You are low down.
That's low down. But this is not low down. This is worse.
This is murder.
A lot of it, yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "In my book, all three of you need to die. You don't deserve to be on this earth breathing. I'm going to live to see you or one of your kids die before I go. What gave y'all the right to play God?" She went off on that shit. She was pissed. That's Alabama coming out. Yeah. It's Alabama angry she was. And the judge says, well, fair enough. You, sir, may fuck off. Life in prison, and I like the way they put it in West Virginia, without mercy. That means no parole, but the official term is without mercy. If anyone deserves no mercy for anything, it's this asshole. Kid fucking life-destroying asswipe. So October 2020 is Amanda's sentencing now. Yeah. And she's trying to get a light sentence here out of this. She's trying to, from her point of view, from a lawyer's point of view, you'd say, well, Dad's obviously a monster. Yeah. And, I guess she can't say she never killed anybody before, but I don't know. So
we don't know. I mean, we don't know what happened.
No, the prosecutor said, quote, "This game of trust was one of the most evil things I've ever heard of." Indeed. It's exactly John Wayne Gacy. It was the rope trick. They did the rope trick with him. And I guarantee you they did that because of him. Yeah. That's just one of those. Probably, yeah. It's 2019. They probably saw a documentary and were like, good idea.
Trust. Jesus.
The trust game. Amanda then speaks here. By the way, this is via Skype. She's being sentenced because it's 2020. Yeah. So she apologized to Bama's mother, who was also on the call. She alluded to the control over her that her father had, which is what brought her here to begin with. She said, my dad had a lot of control over. She said, I still don't know where Skygusty is. She's like, I didn't come here on my own. I was brought here.
I don't even know how to get here.
Yep. She said, I have to look at myself every day. My family didn't raise me to be this way. I've not only hurt John's family, I've hurt my own family. Okay, yeah. And that includes her adoptive parents who now have to come up and plead for her too.
Oh, God, yeah.
Poor Alan and Gwen Holm. These are nice people who took in two girls that came from a bad situation, and now they're like, fuck, we have to testify at a sentencing hearing?
They accepted phone calls and communication from the man we were protecting them from.
That's wild, yeah.
Whoa.
So they also apologized to the parents of Bama. She said, this is Alan Holmes, said, I want to apologize on our behalf. I can't imagine what she, meaning Bama's mom, is going through. They pleaded for mercy for their daughter, who said was under Larry McClure's spell when they committed the crime. Alan said the influence Larry had on her was a huge impact, which I would agree with that. Now, Bama's parents here, they come up here. His mom said, I just really want to know why she thought she could be God and take my kid. She broke my heart and my grandkids' hearts. They cry every night for their daddy. She said that she knew Amanda McClure took her son's checks after he died, but she said that can't be why you killed him for welfare, for Social Security checks.
It's minimal money.
For your SSI payments. Like, that's crazy. She said, I hope that she has a good heart and gets straight with the Lord before she passes. She and her sister and her daddy are going straight to hell. I'm going to heaven. She's like, so I won't be seeing him later. This is the only time I can see them.
The last time
we're
going to see each other.
That's it.
Here or there.
Fuck. So she said that her grandchildren are terrified that Amanda McClure will get out of prison and come after them. She said, I can't forgive her right now. Maybe later, but I can't forgive her right now. Then the judge asked Bama's mom, even if she were to tell you why, it won't ease your pain, he says to her. Like, why does it matter, he's saying. Then Anna breaks in. Because it's a phone call. It's not like in court where you stand and so you can just jump in. Honor? Yeah, it's just a Skype call with a bunch of people on it. So she said, Amanda said, Mrs. Smith, the only answer I can give you as to why things happened is John was with me. My dad didn't want anyone else near me. That's my fucking trim right there, he said. Yeah. That is gross. She said, John McGuire told Larry he loved me and we were going to get married. That's what set Dad off. Okay. And she said, I wish I could bring John back. He was a good man. So Dad said, oh, hell no, that ain't happening. I'm the only one who's going to marry my daughter.
But then why did he just go ahead and spill it? Is he not embarrassed?
He just said, fuck it. I'm done. I don't know. I think he just was done. I think this is a guy also who did 17 and a half years in prison. So prison isn't not a foreign concept to him. And he's just like, whatever, just put me away. I can't make it, obviously, on the outside. So
I'm marrying my daughters already, guys.
I'm killing people. I'm dismembering them. I'm marrying daughters. I got a lot of problems. So the judge, as before he pronounced his sentence, said this was a heinous crime that lasted for 2 days and then reiterated all the details of the murder. And he said that the 3 family members were able to tie him up by telling him it was a trust game. He said, in his opinion, had this went to trial, you would have been convicted on first-degree murder. You've gotten a very favorable plea deal from the state. He also points out Amanda's extensive criminal history, which was 32 pages long. I just gave you what was on a couple of background sites, 32 pages long. And with her background, you get it. But, fuck. He said there was no good reason for John McGuire to have been killed. He said that he was aware of the history of abuse to Amanda by Larry McClure, but noted that was no excuse for taking John's life.
No kidding.
And he said, most importantly, though, he said, I don't think you're taking full responsibility for killing John. You're blaming it on your father. After killing John, you dug him up later. When you dug up his body, when you all dug him up, his body was dismembered and stakes of some kind were driven through his body. Then you reburied him. There was no reason for this. Right. Yeah, he's just like, you just fucked with this guy's corpse.
You did crazy things, lady.
There's no it's like if you had a reason, but there is no reason.
Nothing.
Then he says, you said you couldn't contact authorities. I don't believe that, because she said that her dad wouldn't let her. He then says, we can't unring that bell. Karen is not going to get her son back. Said the time you will serve is not an adequate amount of time for the pain you have caused. Now, second-degree murder charges a penalty anywhere from 10 to 40 years, so it's a lot of leeway for the judge.
It's a big window.
He says, you, ma'am, may fuck off, and he says, quote, I'm going to make it 40 years, which is the maximum sentence I can impose.
All of it.
You will serve 20 years. I hope and pray you will learn and change, and when you do get out, you'll be a different person. She'll be like 52 when she gets out or some shit.
What the shit?
Hopefully maybe her meth appetite will subside and maybe that'll...
But if she gets a taste by then, who knows what the fucking meth market's going to be? It could be super meth by then. We don't know.
It could be even worse. She could be like, oh, man, this is like super unleaded here. This is crazy.
She might have only a taste for fathers.
You never know, yeah. So January 28th, 2021, Anna pleads as well. She pleads guilty to second-degree murder, originally charged with first-degree murder. At the sentencing hearing here, the McDowell County Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Denny Morgan called it, quote, the craziest case this office has ever seen, which, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. She probably
went forward and consummated a wedding with her father. That's
with
crazy.
Her father, after they brutally murdered and dismembered and reinterned her boyfriend.
Wow.
Bama's mom, she's back again. She's there at all of these. She's not fucking around.
Great.
She attended the hearing. She wished the killers a very miserable life. She said, I hope you have a very miserable life, which is very fucking funny. And the judge said, when you strangled John, you knew at the time it was wrong. He said, and as a question, and Anna said, yes, Your Honor, but look at my other options. I didn't feel like I had any choice.
Look at my other options?
My other options, like running away, not doing that, calling the cops. Yeah. What are you going to do? She said she was so afraid. So he said, well, I have a choice to give you between 10 and 40 years, and I'm going to exercise that right fucking now. You, ma'am, may fuck off. The maximum, 40 years for Anna as well. Everybody got the maximum that they could get.
God.
She remains sitting in prison, as does Amanda and Larry, where all of them should be.
Yeah.
We should probably just put them all in a cage and let them kill each other, because this is insane.
Yeah, like the Joker in The Dark Knight. Break a cue stick and throw half of it into the cage with the three of them.
And let the sisters beat the father to death, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Because there's
only room for one.
There can only be one. This is really fucked because I mean, obviously, Amanda's life before her dad got out of jail or before they made contact again was a disaster.
Yeah.
And it's a predictable disaster. She was, we're 99% sure, horribly sexually abused by her own father, which is, I can't imagine what that would shatter your entire trust. Forget about trust or anything like that. So,
and even if it wasn't them that he molested, the guy is a grade A groomer / manipulator, obviously.
He'll get you to murder someone so he can fuck his daughter. And I believe that the judge pretty much let the cat out of the bag when he said, we understand your long history of abuse with this man. So I think that he basically said it was the girls. Yeah. Well, it was an in-house family member between 6 and 12, and they were both 6 and 12.
They're both there,
Yeah, so it seems like he liked Amanda better. But this is what the fuck did we just talk about for an hour? That's insane. Holy shit, dude.
Actual incest and controlling, manipulative, grooming behavior. Yeah, that's exactly how it happens.
Homemade meth batches with this.
That's why the courts order you to never have contact with that person again.
Yes, exactly. But the problem is when they're an adult, you can't. Yeah. It's only till they're 18. Yeah. They can't tell an adult that they're not allowed to talk to another adult unless that adult wants a restraining order.
They can tell an adult, they can order one adult to stay away from the victims of the crime forever.
Yeah, they can do that. But if the victim
actively searches them out,
nothing the courts can do about it at that point. And that's fucking scary.
Nobody's crying that they're a victim at that point. They're actually marrying them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A Methodist minister's like, I now pronounce you. Here you go. Kiss your child bride.
There are pictures of them that say McClure and McClure.
Yeah.
It's legally. That's
what they are.
Oh, I want to be sick.
Well, nice thing is she didn't have to change her name because her legal name was McClure, so that's easy.
God, I'm going to be sick.
It's fucking disgusting. Where does this rank in our pantheon, Jimmy? Where does this? I'd love people.
Filth, it's A.
Let us know.
It's 1A.
Well, Rulo, they made a guy rape his sons and they fucked him with broom handles and all that kind of shit in Phillips, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was fucking everybody and killing them to stop them, but I don't think there was incest going on. There was a guy fucking his mother-in-law.
Was there an order for a man to blow his kid?
That was Rulo.
That was Rulo. Okay.
That was Rulo, because that was a cult. They made him do all sorts of weird sexual shit for control.
Right, but that wasn't like willingly, like nobody. Yeah, nobody was getting off on that except for the people that were forcing him to do that. This is just awful, man.
This is just awful. Like this Groundhog for Breakfast is crazy because that's just a crazy kid. But that's just two hillbillies having a wild morning.
And that was so long ago. This just happened.
They're drinking purple drink in the front yard and shit at like 8 a.m. That's why they're having problems.
This happened half a decade ago.
That seems so short. After this was like the next year was COVID.
Yeah, this is a sentencing post fucking pandemic. This is crazy.
Bonkers. Yeah, when I was looking at the court pictures and they're wearing masks in court, I'm like, this is so recent.
That's way too recent.
What the fuck happened, man? How did this happen? What did we do?
Yeah.
Where did we go wrong, people? What the fuck is happening?
And he looks way too much like the Toy Box Killer for me.
He does. He looks like every murderer. That's the thing.
Yeah, he looks like a bad guy.
when we put the photo up on social media and you can see it, you're going to go, oh my God, he looks like half the murderers you've put up. They all look like that guy.
It's bad, you guys. It's so bad.
And the two sisters they look sort of similar, except one's like about twice the size of the other one. Is the only difference. Anna's the heavier one.
One looks like she ate the third.
Yeah, I think Anna maybe, I don't know, had to put on weight to keep her father away maybe or something. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It'd be less hot so her dad doesn't fuck her.
Honestly, I don't know. That might be a psychological thing. People try to make them. I know I know people that are sexually assaulted, they will intentionally, subconsciously try to make themselves not attractive. That'll happen. So who knows? But there you go, everybody. Skygusty, West Virginia.
And Amanda might be a child murderer, too. We don't know anything about that.
These people, this is a deep, disgusting well of like homemade meth and slime. That's what's in the bottom of this well. No water.
Never met her. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody does. He could have done his meth by himself, and she could have done her meth by herself, and everybody would have been fucking fine. But instead, you end up on small town murder, and that's what goes on. And you have me for an hour trying not to say Skyrizzy, like that drug that has constant commercials on all the streaming services around
I don't even know what it does. I don't pay attention. I just hear it constantly.
I just know nothing is everything. I just know that part because I know the song constantly. Like
Skyrizzy, West Virginia.
And like a lady jumps in a pool and comes out, and everybody goes, "Hey, you look great," and everybody's happy. I don't know what's going on. I think it's for your skin or your colon or something. I'm not sure, but
is it for psoriasis? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but it does other stuff too. I think is the thing because it's like it's psoriasis, but it also gets your A1C down at the same time or so. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but
it's Skyrizzy.
It's Skyrizzy, and I've been trying for an hour not to say that because that's stuck in my fucking head.
It's got the riz.
Oh, it's got some riz. So everybody out there, definitely, and that's an inside joke that we make fun of each other for. If you don't know, we're not being seriously that shitty.
No,
so
we don't use that.
We're not losers, yeah. We're not loser old men who think we're fucking 17. Don't worry.
I would never use that word intentionally like
like you did on that show. So, yeah, if you like the show, tell the world about it.
Everybody.
Tell everybody you know. Post on social media. Leave a review on whatever app you're listening on. All of these things help grow the show immensely. So please do that. Also, another thing that helps is up in your downloads. When you look, if you're on Apple Podcasts, let's start from the beginning. Apple Podcasts,
like an old man thing too. Up in your downloads.
You got to do the downloads on the thing. So, yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. We sound like we're 100 today already. I swear to God. Does anyone know where the remote control is? Because I've lost it. Oh, God. So go into your podcast, Apple Podcasts. You click on Small Town Murder. You got the show page, upper right-hand corner, a little dot thing. Click on that. Says automatic download. Turn those bitches on. It'll help a lot. And you'll also get the episodes downloaded for you. So that helps. Do that. Shut Up and Give Me Murder. We already got to go there. You got to get tickets for live shows. September 20th, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Where the fuck you at, everybody? State Theater. Tickets are selling fast. We think it's going to sell out and be our biggest show of all time. Be a part of the biggest Shut Up and Give Me Murder ever.
Right. Yeah.
Also, tickets in Kansas City. We released more. So Kansas City people that complained it was sold out, there are tickets for it now. And that's just about Oklahoma City is just about, that's sold out. I think it's 100%. Phoenix sold out. Terrytown, New York, and Boston are getting close to sold out.
So close,
it's in December, so get your tickets now. And we added a few extra seats for Milwaukee out of our comps and shit, so you can buy those. And Austin, Texas is pretty close to sold out too. You want your tickets, get them now, is what we're saying. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. And one thing that you can definitely get is the virtual live show. Let's say you can't make it to a show, or you want to see more live shows. Virtual live show for Halloween. It's available for a week after you purchase it too, so you can watch it a bunch of times. You don't have to watch it the night we do it. You can save it for another night. Do whatever you want to do with it. We're going to be in costumes telling you a fucking bonkers batshit Halloween-y murder story. And it can't be crazier than this because nothing is, but it'll be crazy. We promise you for sure. So do that and shutupandgivememurder.com. Can't wait to see you at the virtual live show. You also certainly want to follow on social media. We are at Small Town Murder on Instagram, Small Town Pod on Facebook, Murder Small on Twitter. Follow us there. You want Patreon, though, the most.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know you're listening to this. You're listening to regular length Small Town Murder. Yeah. You're listening to Crime and Sports on Mondays. You're listening to your stupid opinions on Mondays. You're listening to all that. And you're saying, God damn it, I don't have enough content. Well, we got you covered. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. By the way, Patreon. I've seen people go, how do you spell that? Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. All the bonus material you want. Anybody $5 a month or above, you are going to get massive catalog of back stuff, of all bonus stuff you've never heard. Hundreds of episodes on there. New ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder. You get it all, baby. Right. This week for Crime and Sports, theme park disasters. We do it quarterly because it's so damn popular, because it's hilarious. And then for Small Town Murder, the prisoner dating game is back.
Hell yeah.
All violent felon edition. Let's find Jimmie a terrible, terrible prisoner to be with. A murdering, horrible person. So get that and do that. And you get a shout out at the end of the regular show as well. So sign on up for that. Patreon.com/CrimeAndSports. You want to find us on social media.
We're right there,
ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com has a beautiful, lovely drop-down menu that can take you to all the places you need to go. That said, keep coming back. Tell your friends. Keep hanging out with us. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.
If you like Small Town Murder, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.